So why did I convert this Rickenbacker? Well, I ran into a situation with it where I just wasn't using it as much, and I wanted a baritone. So I wound up playing a friend of mine's baritone 8-string, and it was an Alvarez. And I also played one of the Taylor baritone 8-strings, and they're acoustic, and this is a hollow body. So maybe I could kind of do that with this. And I didn't like the Rick as a 12-string. The neck is skinny. I wanted one really bad, and I have a friend that has a connection. So I wound up getting a Rick for a really good deal. So I've never played a Rick, I just saw them. It's kind of like, seeing any guitar and you see somebody doing something cool with it and you're like, oh, I want that. Well, I thought I wanted one, and then I got it and I played it and I was like, yeah, this is hard to play for me because I got, long fingers, big fingers. You have to kind of edit what you play because it will kind of sound, clangy. You'll get a lot of strings kind of clanging around. So, I was thinking I might not hold on to this, and then I was like, well, it has good note separation, and the pickups are cool, and it's hollow body. So once I got the idea to convert it, then it was a whole new shooting match. So I wound up reading about baritone conversions for regular scale length. And this is a short scale. It's like a Gibson. I want to say it's 24 3/4, And so I wound up using those kind of strings, and it worked pretty well. A couple things about this guitar. It's got a Winfield harp. The R started to crack, and that's a problem. So I took that off before it exploded. So thick strings help with the conversion, and you need a new nut. I did the 12-string nut from Ricky Sounds, and that kind of helped with the 12-string part, but it's just too crowded for me. And now that I have Helix, I can do a pretty good 12-string emulation without the headaches of playing a 12-string, splitting paths and getting a natural 6-string guitar and then the 12-string octave and blending it in. I can get close. So I'm like, well, what can I do with this? So that's why I wanted to do it. Nothing sounds like this. So I think the magic of the Rick is the middle position. The pickups are very mid-focused. So it's not scooped like a Strat, So they're very mid-focused. They have a unique sound, and it's cool. I will say this is a totally different beast. So, it's a polarizing guitar, and it may be your bag. It may not be, and that's okay. So this is the treble on this. This is a baritone 8-string. Well, I have 6 baritone strings. And then in the middle, I've got 2 high octave strings. So it's B, F sharp, D, A, E, and another B. So then I have a high D and a high A string here. as low as possible so I can get up in the dusty end. And I can also use a capo. So with this, I could take it to a gig and, you know, you're not going to be shredding on this. You're not going to be playing like sweep arpeggios. You're not going to be doing Frank Gambale. And you're not going to be doing a lot of legato because the frets on this are very low. So you have to understand what the guitar is capable of. I think that's the main problem with a lot of people and instruments. It's just not a good fit for the job they're wanting to do, and then they fault the gear. You know, that's why there's so many different hammers. You go to, you know, Home Depot, Lowe's, and there's a whole wall of striking implements, different weights, different jobs, you know, finish hammers, ball peen, all that stuff. So it's, you know, now if you want to put it in standard tuning, you go up to here and you're on the 7th fret and stay away from the fret, not being right up on it. You want to be back just a little bit. Now, let's see. Actually, I believe it's the 5th fret. All right, so that G shape is now a G on the 5th fret. Strings are pulled sharp, you just pull the slack. So you can be in standard tune, but you can access all this other stuff. So now, but now you have these open strings capoed. So those are different things. So how do you get started with a baritone guitar? For me, I just transposed everything. So now you just figure out, especially your root position, open stuff. So now this E shape is a B. The G shape is a D. The C shape is a G. So everything's now the 4th. The D shape is an A. The A shape is an E. And then the F shape is a C. So then you can use the Nashville number system to quickly transpose. So once you know what key you're in, you assign that as 1, and everything else is math. So now if you're playing in the C shape, F shape, G shape, now that is the key of G. So this is your 1, even though it's the C shape, you're in the key of G. So that's 1. And then when I was playing in standard tune, I know that this is the 1 chord, this is the 4 chord, this F shape, and then this G is the 5 chord in standard, and now I'm just assigning different numbers to it. So now I can transpose the mambo in a different tuning. But that's pretty much it. It's doing a job that nothing else really does. So if you have a guitar laying around the house and you're not playing it as much, put it in a different tuning, switch pickups. Maybe you're fighting it. Maybe it's set up to where you're fighting it more than you should. Maybe lower the action. Try something. And if it's not inspiring you, sell it, because you don't need a guitar taking up space and keeping strings on it and keeping it dusted off and turn it into something you would use. So whether that means selling it and getting something else or transforming the guitar, because that's basically what I did with this. I fought the 12-string Rickenbacker, so now I made it a baritone 6 with 2 added octaves. So maybe try that, and tell me in the comments if you've taken a guitar that you wanted and made it something it's maybe not intended to do. I'd be looking forward to reading those. Cheers.